after that health break, sana masarap ang lunch nyo. We are now back for the afternoon session still in relation to Health and Wellness Summit of the Camarines Sur Business Expo. In this session, we are going to explore the bounds of equilibrium between the mind and the body. We will gain insights as a medical expert explains notable facts that determine our deep conceptions with our outward actions. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ourselves ready with the second session featuring the discourse on healthy mind and healthy body. Our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is a doctor of medicine and a graduate of UERRMC. Had residency training in psychiatry at the National Center of Mental Health. Diplomate of the Philippine Board of Psychiatry. Life Fellow of the Philippine Psychiatric Association. International Fellow of the American Psychiatric Association. Former professor at Bicol Christian College of Medicine and Universidad de Santa Isabel. Former faculty member of UNEP College and Nursing at USI College of Physical Therapy. Visiting consultant of different hospitals in Naga, Legazpi, and Daet. A Rotarian and visionary past president of Rotary Club of Naga. Two-time past president of Zonta Club of Naga City and Camarines Sur. A full-blooded Zontian indeed. A loving and devoted wife and mother. Mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, let's give a warm welcome to our speaker, Dr. Chona Cuyos Belmonte.
Thank you very much, Nico, for that very kind introduction. Good afternoon to our virtual audience, and thank you very much to Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry for inviting me to talk about this very interesting topic on mental health. The COVID pandemic plays a tremendous impact on our society and affected individuals, families, and our communities. These major changes in our society place a significant impact on the social determinants of health, conditions which people are born, grow, live, work, and age. These social determinants include factors such as socioeconomic status, environment, employment, social support, as well as access to health care. However, strain on resources, limited access to healthcare services, and prolonged stress could affect the health and well-being of an individual. In times of crisis, basic physiologic needs, safety, and security take center stage. As the situation becomes critical, basic needs are prioritized first. However, as the crisis drags on, the psychological impact becomes greater. Fear and uncertainty increase. Misinformation about the disease spread. Isolation drag on. Scarcity of resources become apparent. Anger and frustration with the government response escalate, all of which can negatively impact an individual's mental health and well-being and can overwhelm the coping mechanism of an individual. So dito po, ito ang pinaka-reason why I am talking today about the effects of COVID-19 on our mental health and coping skills. Hi, good afternoon ulit sa inyong lahat. Now we're going to talk about managing mental health and psychosocial well-being during pandemic. Now, staying mentally healthy is more than treating or preventing mental illness. So, pero sinasabi nga natin, prevention is more important than the treatment itself. Mental health, according to the WHO, is a state of well-being. A mentally healthy individual realizes own abilities and potentials, can cope adequately with normal stresses of life, displays resilience in the face of extreme life events, and works productively, well, and fruitfully with other people and make a positive contribution to the community. Now, mental health affects the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act. During the time of normal mental health state, a person is more of a thinking one than a reacting one. So, nag-iisip tayo more than nag-act tayo during our normal life circumstances. Pero during certain crisis, we are more of a reactive person than a thinking person. So, yan, tandaan natin lahat. Now, mentally healthy individuals has a sense of self-esteem and self-confidence. So, kumpiyansado ka sa sarili mo. Alam mo kung saan ka nakatayo. They have the ability to identify, express, and regulate emotions so they don't react right away to situations. Sabi ko nga kanina, a normal person thinks rather than react right away. They have the ability to set and achieve goals. And they also can recognize their own creative skills. They have the ability to expand knowledge and skills, the ability to feel and show empathy for others, and the ability to create and maintain satisfying relationships. So yan po yung mga mentally healthy individuals. Now, during COVID-19 pandemic, there are a lot of factors affecting a person leading to mental health problems. Like for example, lack of infectious disease knowledge. Sino ba naman ang may alam about virus? No? Minsan nga nung unang beses kong narinig ang virus tungkol sa computer, akala ko talagang may virus. No? Kasi nga hindi naman ako high-tech. So akala ko yung virus sa computer is yung alam ko medically as a virus, which this is how I think of it. Yung ibang tao na hindi nakakaalam ng infection, hindi nila alam na may mga bacterial, mayroong viral, etc. type of infection. So yung hindi mo alam, mas mahirap, no? Kasi kung meron kang lack of knowledge, tapos mas madali ka talagang maniwala sa mga fake news. So you're so vulnerable. Now, lack of health behaviors, sabihin na natin, we don't deny the fact that we always wash our hands every now and then. No? Maraming nakakapansin sa mga Pilipino na hindi sila naghuhugas ng kamay pagkagaling nila sa CR. Unang-una kasi wala naman talagang tubig sa mga majority ng mga CR natin, lalo sa public toilets. Pero minsan, kung magbibilang ka o manonotice may mga tao na pumapasok sa CR na mayroong tubig, bihira ka pa rin makakakita na naghuhugas noon. Pero nowadays, you can really see people washing their hands and washing them thoroughly using soap. No? And then, marami sa ating hindi kulang ang kaalaman with regards mental health assessment and self-judgment methods. And of course, on top of it, yung mga economic problems which is related to COVID-19. Maraming nawalan ng trabaho. Marami din naman nagkaisip magnegosyo. Pero siyempre, pag nagnenegosyo ka, may kasabay na stress po yan. No? Meron ding mga nagbabago yung sleep patterns nila at saka yung nutrition. No? Kasi ang daming restrictions po ngayon. And sleeping problem and ability to concentrate is also affected by COVID-19. Now, marami ding mga tao na nahihirapan dun sa pagbabago. Mahirap silang mag-adjust. Hindi sila maka-adjust, maka-adapt ka agad. Yun sa mga new normal na tinatawag, no, nahihirapan talaga po. And lack of physical and mental health knowledge, lack of psychological coping methods, hindi lahat marunong mag-cope sa mga crisis situation. Kaya yung iba natataranta. The impact of social media, no? Ang dami ring nahihirapan dyan kasi there are a lot of people who are vulnerable. Takot sila, lalo tayong natatakot kung wala tayong kaalaman. Takot din sa quarantine, no? Kasi biro mo 14 days ka po, lalo na sa mga quarantine facilities, and fear and anxiety for our health and the health of the entire family. So lahat po yan na mga COVID-related factors, no, like economic, social impact, etc., nakaka-apekto yan ng mental health. And how do we manifest mental health problems in general? Ang una po niya, magiging anxious tayo o kakabahan tayo. And most cases that we see now in our clinics, no, are people getting depressed. All age range po yan. Nakita namin ngayon na tumaas ang number of cases for mga adolescent, no? Yung mga nag-aaral, yung po mga adult, tsaka yung mga may edad na rin, yung mga elderly population. And of course, tumataas yung level ng stress. Stress can lead to a lot of medical problems. So, ang akala natin, yung stress is only psychological. No, the ending of stress is usually medical illness. So, hindi na po natin masyadong tatalakayin ito, no? Kasi parang katulad din yung sinabi ko kanina, itong healthy individual, pag na-stress ka na, then nag-struggle ka, and you go to crisis, lahat yan on this side. Self-care, self-support, community support, and emergency services, parang nalilito yung tao. No? Nahihirapan siyang mag-cope. Pero kung healthy ka, meron kang self-care, you can socially help others, and you can also be helping yourself. Yung community support mo is still very open, and emergency services can also be available, no? During crisis, definitely. So ito po yung biopsychosocial model. Hindi naman po siya mahirap intindihin. Dapat nating maintindihan na ang tao has biological aspect, a psychological aspect, and social aspect. Now, yung biopsychological and social aspect po, if there is a balance in these particular three aspects, yan po yung nagre-result sa ating mental health or well-being, mental health or well-being. So pag ang tao, yung mga biological aspect po, it has something to do with your gender, any disability, your physical health, no? Yung mga hormones, the neurochemistry, the stress reactivity, and genetic vulnerability. Ito po yun, no? Yung mga biological aspect. Ito po talaga nakikita. Ito nakukuha natin sa lab exam. Kung gusto natin malaman kung mataas ang blood sugar natin, mag-take tayo ng blood sugar examination or yung cholesterol level. So yun ang mga biological aspect. Now, sa psychological aspect naman po, it has something to do with our behavior, our personality, your attitude, your belief, no? Your coping and social skill, yung feeling of self-esteem, and yung emotion. Yan po yung mga psychological factor ng isang tao. And then, the social aspect, of course, being a human person, tayo yung may mga social relation, education, support, peer relation, family, and socioeconomic status. Mapapansin po natin maraming naaapektuhan ang well-being or yung mental health natin. No, meron sila ritong tinatawag na parang nagkakaroon sila ng they have parang sila meeting point, no, yung IQ temperament, in family relationship and life events. Doon naman sa biological aspect, kung meron kang substance use, either alcohol or drugs, no, this will affect your well-being. So how would I know if I am experiencing distress? No, malalaman ko ba kung meron akong distress, kung meron akong problema? Sometimes we deny that we have distress. Sometimes we deny that we have problems. Now, there are different responses when a person has problem psychologically or mentally. So, ang isa is yung tinatawag nating emotional response. Maraming tao nagkakaroon sila ng mood swings. So, paiba-iba yung kanilang nararamdamang emosyon. Nagkakaroon po sila ng ups and downs, no? Very common na, naririnig ko na yan sa mga non-medical people. They usually know the term like bipolarity, depression. No, they use that. Kasi siguro nag-google nila. Kay Dr. Google po yan nakukuha. So yung mapapansin mo sa sarili mong madali kang uminit ang ulo, no? Madali kang mairita, madali kang ma-provoke, tapos madali ka ring matakot. Yan yung mga swings ng mood mo. Now, increased worrying. So, worry ka ng worry, you worry kadalasan about the future. Seldom that we worry about the past. No? I always tell my patient, huwag na nating isipin yung past kasi we can't do anything about it. And if we try to worry about the future, wala, hindi ka makakapag-enjoy ng present. Now, feeling nervous, apprehensive, or anxious, ito rin po yung isang klase ng emotional response na nakikita natin ngayon sa mga tao under this pandemic situation. Lalo na kung may lockdown, no? Lalo na kung may mga curfews. So natatakot sila. Hindi lang naman sila, lahat tayo. Feeling tense or drained. Nakakapagod, di ba? During the moment ng lockdown, lalo na nung simula, yung first time last March of 2020, maraming parents na have to go to Manila to fetch their children, no? Going back to the provinces because biglang na-announce yung lockdown. So yung transpo, etc., parang lahat has been restricted. And feeling angry, no? Nagagalit tayo. This is one emotional response that I see, not only to normal individuals, but of course, more than dun sa mga individuals suffering from mental health problems. They feel angry about the situation. And they feel guilty also. Kasi lalo na pag merong nagkasakit sa pamilya, nagigilty ka whether may nagawa ka ba or sana may nagawa ka. No? I can relate well with this feeling of guilt. Kasi nawalan din ako ng member of the family due to COVID-19. A sister passed away last April of this year due to COVID. And being a doctor, definitely, I was always asking myself, saan ako nagkamali? Saan ako nagkulang? Things like that. Being cynical and feeling helpless, no? Lalo na pag andyan na yung COVID, talagang nagiging helpless. Di mo alam kung kanino ka hihingi ng tulong. Now, meron din mga behavioral response, mga gawi-gawi. No, during stressful situation or crisis situation, a person become accident prone. Kaya nga usually mahirap nagde-drive pagka medyo grabe yung nararamdaman mong tension. Tapos yung mga trabaho mo nagkakamali-mali ka, no? So there is poor work. No? Nahihirapan ka sa trabaho mo because sometimes there is difficulty concentrating and focusing attention. Now, increased smoking and consumption of alcohol. This is very common. This is one coping mechanism for some individuals, but yun nga, as you see, there is an increase, no, smoking and consumption of alcohol. Like before, they can only consume several sticks of cigarette. During period of stress, they usually consume 1 to 2 packs of cigarette, or they usually drink a lot, no, daily, or yung time spent drinking alcohol is also increased. Of course, some people overeat or sometimes they lose their appetite, no? And change in sleeping pattern. Some people just sleep and sleep and sleep, and some people just cannot sleep at all kasi they worry a lot. Nagkakaroon din ng poor time management. Di na alam, no? Mali-mali na yung scheduling, maraming delays. Yan po yung nangyayari sa mga tao under stressful circumstances. Then, taking work home more, no, than usual. Ngayon po, marami namang work from home. Pero kahit nag-work from home, hindi pa rin natatapos. And too busy to relax. So parang ito yung mga taong nag-multitasking. Not looking after oneself. No? Mahirap yan. Kasi yung sarili mo ang pinababayaan mo. Isa yan sa mga behavioral responses ng isang taong under stress. Now, interpersonal response. No? Ito yung nangyayari sa mga tao, lahat tayo during period of crisis. Like what is happening nowadays sa pandemic. Inappropriate distrust of others. So hindi ka nagtitiwala. Ngayon nga sabi nila, this is how we think. Nagiging praning tayo kasi we should always think that people to whom we are dealing with may be COVID positive. So lalong tumataas po yung distrust nowadays. Blaming others, no? Nagkakaroon ng sisihan, di ba? Sinong may dala ng sakit na yan, etc. So nangyayari rin yan sa marami, lalo na yung nagkakaroon ng COVID positive sa family o kaya nagkakaroon ng death or illness among family members. And sometimes you miss appointments, no? Kasi nga marami kang ginagawa o marami kang iniisip. Fault finding and verbal attacks is very common. Overly defensive attitude and giving others the silent treatment. So ito mapapansin natin. Pag ganito na yung nakikita natin sa isang tao, mukhang nagkakaroon na siguro siya ng problema handling their stress related to pandemics or other issues. Now, there are also cognitive response. May nangyayari din po sa isip natin. A lot of people tell me they have trouble concentrating. Nahihirap sila mag-focus. They have difficulty making even simple decision. They are sometimes forgetful. Ang giging makakalimutin. They are also confused. No, poor memory and recall. Nahihirapan silang mag-recall ng mga bagay. Not necessarily talagang masasabi natin biological ang kanilang memory problem or recall problem, but because some people are focused on certain things like the pandemic, the fear, they develop this kind of cognitive response, which is poor memory and recall, and decreased productivity and lower quality of work. Isa po rin yan sa mga nangyayari, lalo na dun sa mga taong nagtatrabaho, lumalabas. At yun nga, mga nasa office, no? Bihira naman po ngayon yung work from home. Pagka during the kasagsagan ng ating mga lockdowns before, talagang madaming nag-work from home. Pero despite that, syempre, magkakaroon pa rin ng low quality of work. Now, how do we cope during pandemic? No? May mga paraan ba na magagawa tayo sa sarili natin, sa pamilya, o sa community para mag-cope tayo during the pandemic? And I would say there are a lot of things that we can do. So one, we need to be physically safe from stay physically safe, no, from others. Of course, we need to make sure that we practice yung pinaka-minimum health practices like social distancing. Kailangan nating i-practice po yan. Limit media use to reduce anxiety is another one. So, minsan kasi, kahit ako po ay mas be honest with you, na hindi ako masyado nanonood ng mga bali-balita. Kasi once na nakapanood ako ng mga balita, kahit na hindi pa nga yan COVID-related, medyo na-anxious din ako kasi tao rin lang naman ako eh. Diba? Try to avoid speculation and look up to reputable sources of information regarding outbreaks. No? Kailangan po kasi hindi tayo naniniwala kaagad. Kasi ngayon po very strong ang social media impact sa lahat. No? Yun ang ginagamit natin ngayon, no? As a means to communicate to our friends and relatives, no? And to our colleagues. So pagbukas mo ng social media, ang daming-daming platform. Mayroong gumagamit tayo ng Google, gumagamit tayo ng Netflix, ng YouTube, etc. So minsan, nakakasagap din tayo ng mga bali-balita. Even yung sinisend sa atin, no, ng ating mga friends and relatives. Minsan binabasa ko yung iba, parang hindi ka panipaniwala, pero maraming gumagaya at sumusunod dito sa mga ganitong mga advice. So, yung mga talagang tama, hindi nasusunod. Pero yung mga ina-advise halimbawa ng kapitbahay o na may mga iba na marami na rin followers sa social media, sinusunod talaga nila yun. Although, sasabihin natin, hindi naman sila authority in giving those advice or suggestion. And ano rin yung try to anticipate distress. So kinakailangan din ma-anticipate mo yun eh. Sabi nga natin, expect the worst. Kasi pag na-expect mo yung worst, nalilesen yung level ng ating frustration. Now, create new routines and you have to practice the new health behaviors like washing, social distancing, avoiding crowds. Kailangan natin talagang sundin yun kasi talagang nakakatulong po. Wala tayong magagawa. Nakakatulong ng malaki sa atin itong mga bagay-bagay na ito. Hindi natin pwedeng hindi sundin. Lalong-lalo na yung pagbabakuna. No? Marami pa rin hindi naniniwala. Pero napansin ko lately, marami na rin po nagpapabakuna. Kulang nga lang talaga yung bakuna. Now, physical exercise and good nutrition, importante rin po ito para ma-maintain natin ang ating mental health. No? Sabi nga nila, paano yung exercise? Pwede pa rin naman po mag-exercise, lalo na dito sa probinsya. We can still do walking or jogging kasi hindi naman tayo overcrowded. Or let's say for example, medyo maluwag-luwag ang ating place or yung loan natin, pwede tayo mag-exercise, no? Sa labas. Kasi yung minsan may mga indoor exercise din na magagawa. Kasi minsan we are guided, no? May mga mada-download tayong mga apps na mga parang Zumba, no? May mga bagay na gano'n. And then practice mindfulness, guided imagery, progressive muscle relaxation, and breathing exercise. Ito po yung mga bagay na magagawa rin natin. Okay, so on this side of the slide, merong mga bagay na I cannot control. So I can let go of these things, no? Like for example, may mga bagay like the pandemic, yan ang hindi natin talaga makokontrol. Huwag nating isipin na kaya nating kontrolin yan. It's beyond our control. Kahit nga yung ibang mga doktor, mga frontliners, ibang magagaling na epidemiologists, tapos yung mga virologists, lahat ng mga expert, they usually accept the fact na hindi pa rin natin makokontrol itong pandemic na to. At wala pa rin talagang exact medication for the pandemic. But we have to exercise na yung mga health behaviors na necessary for us to be able to prevent contracting the disease. Always wash your hands, always wear mask, no, and distance yourself from others. Na nakakatulong din sa atin, ano, yung connecting with others. Like talking to our friends, talking to our family, no, kasi we have the privilege of time, as I was saying, meron tayong oras para gawin yan. Pero I'm wondering kahit ngayon po, marami sa mga kabataan na dinadala sa akin for consult na they withdraw from family, no? Especially those mga kabataan na hindi na didisiplina when it comes to using their cell phones or different gadgets. So nagkakaroon tuloy ng cybernet addiction. So doon na lang talaga sila nakakonect. Pero nakakonect sila not with family, not with relatives, but with gaming, with mga sa Facebook siguro, sana nga with friends, pero kadalasan hindi. No? So, doon na gugugol ang panahon nila. Pero we should try to discipline our children with regards to the use of their gadgets. Para naman meron din silang time to connect with the family, especially during dinner time, during meal time, no? Meron din kayong mga tinatawag na recreational time for the family. So, bilang head of the family, magulang, you should be the one to set the model, the role model for the family. Take time to reflect and practice self-compassion. Ito, during the end of the day, meron kang tinatawag na me time. So during your me time, you try to reflect what you have done for the day. Okay? What have I done for the day? Ano kaya yung mga mali ko? No? Did I say something that's offended other people or even my family? No, isipin mo lahat yun kasi lahat naman tayo tense during this time. So, masasabi natin since tayo ay nag-worry, mataas ang ating stress level or tense tayo, may tendency tayong maging bitchy, no? May tendency tayong maging irritable. And meron tayong nababalingan o nadidisplace ng ating irritation. Kadalasan na yan yung mga bata, mga anak natin, o mga kasambahay. So mag-reflect tayo and try to correct that. No? Correct natin yan kasi hindi nakakatulong personally kasi magigilty ka and dun sa mga nasasaktan mo, no, may carry over din yon. And then sabi nga natin, practice self-compassion. Tingnan mo na yung sa sarili mo. Inalagaan ko ba ang sarili ko ngayon? Kasi responsibilidad mo na alagaan ang sarili mo. Hindi lang alagaan ng iba, kundi make yourself physically and mentally healthy. Find new ways in expressing kindness, patience, and compassion. No? Ako po i-share ko sa inyo, meron akong rule na ginagawa sa sarili ko. Matagal na to eh. I do one good deed a day. To anybody, no? Sa pasyente, sa relatives, no? Sa family members, mga immediate family members, or even to stranger. So ginagawa ko yan. So naging automatic. It became a habit. I always do one good deed a day. And I continue doing that every day. Not necessarily giving material things or helping people, giving money or whatever. Not necessarily. No? Maraming kindness na pwede mong gawin sa kapwa mo na hindi ka kailangang maglabas ng pera. And of course, last but not the least, yung spirituality. Now, spirituality is something that Filipino people is faithful about. Kasi Catholic tayo. Or even if you practice other religion, spirituality is very important. This is one way of relieving our stress when you are placed in a very, very critical incident. No? Minsan talagang yun na lang ang tumutulong sa atin. Being prayerful, no? Lifting everything to God pag hindi mo na kaya. And siguro most of you have experienced that when you lift everything to the Lord, parang it will ease the tension. It will make you feel good, at least, and malilesen yung worry mo. Nakakatulong talaga kahit na invisible pa siya, na nalilift mo talaga yung mga problems mo. Kung hindi mo kayang i-share sa mga kaibigan mo, hindi mo kayang i-share sa family mo, no? Some of my patients only share their innermost fear, their thoughts, no, their feelings to me rather than to their family and relatives. Siguro sabi nga ng iba, doktora, kasi ayoko na silang pahirapan. Ayoko na silang madamay pa sa nararamdaman ko o matakot sa nararamdaman ko. So I always tell them, you try to live, no? Kung halimbawa wala naman ako lagi o hindi tayo lagi mag-uusap, marami pang ibang paraan para ma-relieve ka ng anxiety, ng worry mo, ng mga irrational thoughts, no? By lifting everything to the Lord. And it's very, very effective. One thing more that I would like to emphasize with regards to spirituality is, according to a lot of experts, no, meron tayong dapat level of acceptance. Acceptance that we cannot control everything. Acceptance that this pandemic will stay with us for maybe several years more. Accepting the fact that as of now, we cannot really control it. Accepting the fact that we need to follow the guidelines given to us by DOH, like simpleng health behavior, no, healthy behavior, kailangan natin i-follow. And definitely vaccination is very important din po. Yun po yung pinaka-importante sa ngayon na dapat nating gawin para at least we will be able to manage our ourselves, our family, and the community during this period of pandemic crisis. So I believe ito po yung mga basic things na pwede natin gawin sa sarili natin, na may extend din natin sa family natin, and then sa community natin para at least matulungan natin ang bawat isa to cope with the effects of COVID-19 and to make ourselves mentally healthy para ma-keep natin ang ating well-being. So remember, during the mindful moments, we can control everything that happens, but we can change our experience of those things. So with that, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig, and I hope you learn from this lecture, as I would say, lecture. Thank you very much.
Mga kaibigan, I would like to now open up the floor again to you guys for a question and answer segment. What kind of questions do you have for Dr. Belmonte? And here we go, we have our first question. With the current community restrictions due to the pandemic, what kind of activities can we do now as alternative to the former parties we had before? So can we still grow together as social beings normally? Dr. Belmonte.
Thank you for that question. Very interesting yan. So at this time of pandemic, you may connect with your families, relatives, and friends through social media platforms. Halimbawa, you may use Zoom, Viber, Skype, or Messenger. You can arrange for a Zoom dates with your family or friends by having dinner together. Like for example, sa amin, we try to arrange for a date, Zoom date ang tawag natin dyan. So we will do a specific activity on that specific date and time. Like for example, having dinner together. So kahit halimbawa malayo sila, kumakain kayo pero parang nag-share din kayo. Habang kumakain, yung magkukwentuhan, tapos mag-update kayo ng inyong mga activities for the week. Let's say for example, for the week. So you can connect with your friends in doing that. Or let's say for example, you may do watch movies sa Netflix together. So yun ang mga tinatawag nating Zoom dates. Now, sa family ko, we always have this messenger account na may chat kami. I'm sure meron din kayo. So nakaka-connect ako sa aking mga kapatid, sa ibang relatives through this messenger account. So pag may mga important announcements, like for example, we do announce it in that particular messenger account or FB account sa iba, may mga FB accounts. So this is how you connect. Despite the fact that we know na there are limitations in going out or doing or having parties with our friends, we can still do these things. Kasi talagang this is not within our control. So we must follow social distancing.
Salamat, Dr. Belmonte, for that fantastic answer. And what a great question as well. We are in a time of the pandemic where we really can't change what's happening, but we can learn to adapt. Our next question. What would you advise to parents who strictly prohibit playmates to their growing children, even teenagers? Over to you, Dr. Belmonte.
Wow, medyo mahirap talaga yung question number 2 kasi talagang may mga limitations ang mga bawat pamilya ngayon. May mga parents na takot with regards this pandemic. And sino naman talagang hindi matatakot? Alam naman natin ang nangyayari sa mga nabibiktima ng COVID-19. So let's say for example, magulang ka, nakikita mong nabubore ang anak mo na nag-i-stay lang sa bahay. So ang daming nangyayari ngayon sa mga kabataan, lalo na kung nasa bahay lang sila at hindi sila talaga pwedeng lumabas. Wala tayong magagawa. Pero as a parent, pwede kang may gawin. As a psychiatrist, one of my advice to parents na nagtatanong din ng same question like this is you have to make sure that you provide time for your children. No, kahit bata o mga teenagers, kinakailangan mag-provide ka ng time para sa kanila. Halimbawa, mga 20 minutes, gagawin mo yon talaga on a regular basis. Kinakailangan consistent ka tungkol dun sa mga activities na to. Kaya dapat alam mo kung anong hilig ng anak mo, kung anong passion nila. Like for example, if they want certain sports or they want to watch a certain type of movie, kailangan magkakasama kayo. Pag teenager, iba rin syempre yung mga gagawin ng mga teenagers sa gagawin ng mga younger children. Sa younger children, mas maganda yung naglalaro kayo together. Marami namang games na pwedeng gawin ng magulang together with the children. Like for example, mga board games, may mga ganyan. Pwede rin kung malaki-laki yung yard ninyo, pwede kayong magpatintero. Pwede kayong magtaguan. Pag medyo may space, pwedeng gawin yun. Pwede rin kayong magluto or mag-bake together. So, mararamdaman mo kung ano talagang gusto ng bata. Kahit naman yung mga mas younger ones, pagka na-introduce mo to, tapos medyo positive ka during the activity, magiging masaya sila. Hindi nila mararamdaman na nire-restrict natin sila playing with their playmates, nire-restrict natin sila na lumabas with their friends kasi bawal pa rin. Lalo na nga ngayon, may mga lockdowns, hindi tayo pwede mag-malling, etc. So, alam ng mga bata yon. So, since ito nga yung nagiging problema, yung boredom, sometimes depression, ito ang pwedeng magawa ng magulang. Kailangan kasama ka sa mga gagawin. At ipagbibili natin sa mga anak natin that this is the time which is virus-free time. So, turn off mo yung TV, walang cellphone. So, yung activity ninyo will be spontaneous. And mapapansin mo, sa mga bata kasi po, mas naaalala nila yung mga activities done together with the parents, especially the positive activities, rather than yung binigyan natin sila ng mga material things. Minsan na-encounter ko sa mga kabataan na nagkakaroon ng problema, yun lang ang sinasabi nila kasi wala silang time sa amin. Wala kaming positive time together. So, I think gagawin nating parang privilege of time. Meron tayong ngayon privilege of time na makakonect tayo sa mga anak natin using yung playing together, like dancing together, and of course, watching movie together, and then doing an activity na passionate ka, and then passionate din yung anak mo. Thank you.
I say we get one more question. And we've got our third question. Many people seem to live in fear now, and there's a valid medical reason why. How do we teach ourselves and others to still be courageous or brave amidst the situation, when this word courage and bravery seem to have different meanings now? Ang lalim. Dr. Belmonte.
Now, yung question number 3 is quite interesting, Wala naman siguro ngayon talagang matapang, especially with COVID-19, lalo na ngayon na iba-ibang variant niya. Now, paano natin tuturuan ang sarili natin at ibang tao to be courageous as well as brave during this situation? The first thing that I would like to emphasize to everybody is that we need to accept the fact that this situation is something that we are not in control of. Tanggapin natin yan. Kasi pag tinatanggap natin ang sitwasyon, yan ang nagbibigay ng lakas ng loob sa atin. Yan din ang nagiging dahilan para magiging objective tayo mag-isip. Now, if we are able to accept the situation na it's not within our control, then susunod tayo sa lahat ng sinasabi especially if we get information from reliable and reputable sources like the WHO, yung mga ano yan, Center for Disease Control. Hindi tayo maniniwala sa mga lumalabas sa mga Facebook, no? Kasi may mga taong naniniwala sa mga ganong mga false and fake news. Tapos they insist to follow these particular advices. So talagang nahihirapan ng iba na naniniwala sa tamang paraan. Like for example, we have to really exercise the minimum health protocols. These are very important for us to be able to prevent the spread of the virus. Kasi ang isang matapang na tao, kailangan matuto siyang mag-prevent. Kasi hindi niya talaga kayang labanan ang COVID-19 kung hindi niya alam kung paano niya lalabanan. So prevention, the usual. Hand washing, turuan natin mga anak natin noon paano ang proper way of hand washing. Social distancing, napag-usapan na natin yan kanina. So we learn to socially distance from people. No, this is the time to be paranoid, sabi nga natin. Medyo maging praning tayo kasi we have to consider na lahat ng nakapaligid sa atin may be COVID positive. So para mag-ingat tayong mas paigi. We should also exercise yung tinatawag nating social distancing. Tapos you should avoid crowds, you should avoid gatherings, no? And then importante sa lahat yung bakuna. Marami pa rin hindi naniniwala sa bakuna, pero ito ay paulit-ulit kong ine-emphasize sa lahat, no? Para tayo may laban dun sa ating napakahirap na kalaban. Kailangan may bakuna tayo. Ang bakuna, hindi naman niya nagbibigay ng kasiguraduhan na tayo ay hindi magko-contract ng virus. Pero at least, pag nagkaroon ka ng virus, may laban ka na hindi ka magkakaroon ng mga serious at dread complication tungkol dito sa pandemic na to. So I believe na yung mga bagay na yun, yung magagawa natin. And then one thing more is in terms of spirituality, pag talagang, di ba, sa lahat ng laban, lalo na kung mahirap ang laban, humihingi tayo ng tulong sa Diyos. No, whatever your religion is, we need to thank the Lord also, yung gratitude mo. Aside from the tulong na hihingi natin, we should always be grateful for all the blessings that we receive. No, now, pag gising mo pa lang sa umaga, thank the Lord for all the blessings that you have received yesterday and all the blessings that you will be receiving today. I suggest na parang mas maging courageous tayo, maging brave tayo. Gagawa tayo ng tinatawag na gratitude diary. Kasi whenever we see mga negative things na nangyayari sa bawat isa, no, nadidismaya tayo, napufrustrate tayo. So hindi natin nakikita lahat ng blessings na dumarating sa atin. Pero if we reflect, sit down and write down the blessings that we have received for the day, at the end of the day, mafe-feel natin, wow, okay pa rin ang buhay ko despite COVID-19. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of our appreciation, we will now have the awarding of Plaque of Appreciation. Let me read the citation. The Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, in partnership with the provincial government of Camarines Sur, Cam Sur Business Expo 2021 First Health and Wellness, present this plaque of appreciation to Dr. Chona Cuyos Belmonte for extending her invaluable contribution and unwavering support as our resource speaker, contributing to the success of the first Health and Wellness Expo with this year's theme, Evolution of Healthy Lifestyle. Signed by Dr. Ryan Bastareche, Chairperson of the first Health and Wellness Expo. Ms. Maria Emma F. Leorin, Chairperson of Cam Sur Business Expo 2021. And Ms. Maria Soledad V. Magduto, President of Cam Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated. Handa na kayo for our next speaker? Without further ado, our next speaker graduated with a bachelor's degree in early childhood education from De La Salle University. After struggling with stress and anxiety, she found the therapeutic comfort in the world of essential oils. Today, she is a National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy, also known as NAHA, certified aromatherapist. The founder of doTERRA Philippines, an essential oil company, changing the world one drop at a time. Called the Essential Oil Queen, mga kaibigan, meet the Diamond doTERRA leader, bringing essential oil education to all Filipinos. Mga kaibigan, mga kababayan, let's welcome Miss Vicky Chang.
Hey everyone, my name is Vicky. I am a NAHA certified aromatherapist. I am the doTERRA Philippines founder, and today I'm going to share with you something I am extremely passionate about because it's something I've had challenges with, and so I hope that this can help you too. As many of you are business owners, many of you probably have struggles during this pandemic and have new projects as well. When we talk about stress and sleep, this is an interconnected cycle that repeats itself. And so you could have anxiety during the day, and when you go home and you're supposed to sleep, you're still carrying all of that with you. The thoughts, the worries, the tension in your body, and then that affects your sleep. And then when you don't sleep well, you wake up feeling exhausted, fatigued, tired, overwhelmed, and you end up with headaches and even migraines. And then so you couldn't be bothered with healthy lifestyle choices, healthy food choices. You get whatever's quick so that you can keep hustling and, do your best in your business. But then with this cycle, you end up with a lowered immune, and that's clearly not something you want because your immune is your most valuable asset during this global pandemic. Now, sleep and stress is related because when you are stressed out, your stress hormone adrenaline starts pumping up, and when you are supposed to sleep, your body is supposed to produce the sleep hormone melatonin. However, if you are still stressed out, adrenaline pumps up and it directly pushes melatonin down, and that's how you can end up feeling so sleepy and tired but just not get great quality sleep. And so your state of stress, once it becomes your new normal, that's when it's an issue because what stays up here in your mind never stays up there. It will start showing up in other aspects of your health, in other aspects of your relationships, whether it is with loved ones or with people you work with, and that's when it starts becoming a holistic problem. So with stress, our goal today is not to rid you of stress because stress is a fact of life. As long as you are alive, as long as you are experiencing new things, meeting new people, those are stressors. So our goal today is to help you react better, to have tools on how you can be more resilient and grow from the stress. So if at this point you're not all that convinced on the seriousness of stress, here are a few fun facts. When you are stressed out, statistically, you are at a high risk of having high blood pressure, which then leads to damaged blood vessels as well as heart conditions. When you are stressed out, remember your body produces more stress hormones, and one of these stress hormones is cortisol, which causes your body to store excess fat specifically in your belly. So if you've been stressed out, but you've been trying to eat right and exercise, you're losing weight everywhere except your midsection, then that's the cortisol holding onto the fat. When you are stressed out from work, you are also at an 80% higher risk of developing depression and symptoms of depression. And when you are stressed out, you literally accelerate aging by 7 to 17 additional years. And when we talk about aging, it's not just about pretty or looks, it's also about aging of your skin, of your body, of your organs, the way you metabolize and recover from damages. So if we get to the bottom of your stress today with essential oils, you can very quickly become a healthier, sexier, happier, and more beautiful version of yourself. So who's ready for more? Now you might be wondering, how do essential oils come in with stress? The thing is, when you are stressed out, it kind of gives you a certain emotion, right? That's how you feel the stress. So when you have that emotion that's in your body, it's running in your mind. And so at some point, when you hold on to that emotion, that becomes your mood. So let's say you were driving and someone cut you off, there was a lot of traffic, and so you have an emotion of anger, like someone took advantage of you. And so that's an emotion of the moment. Hold on to that emotion that day, and that becomes your mood for the day. You hold on to that mood even longer, and that becomes your temperament, the way you interact and perceive other people, the situation, perceive yourself and what's going on. Hold on to the temperament even longer, it turns into your personality. And that's why I'm sure you know some people who can be described as being angry, as being resentful, as being bitter. And so with the science of aromatherapy, you can start to change the way you feel just at the emotional level. We have oils that will help you really feel happier. It will help you let go. It'll help you find inner peace. And so we'll talk about a few of those oils a little bit later on. First, let's talk about stress, because I mentioned that not all stress is bad. We have long-term stress and we have short-term stress. Long-term stress is not great, short-term stress is great, okay? Because short-term stress is what helps you improve and progress in life and in business. I'm sure during your whole history in your business, there have been so many stressful periods, but you were able to rise above that. And that is the short-term stress that's helping you. We have our acute stress and eustress, both which are short-term stress. Acute stress is when you are in your fight or flight mode. During the old caveman times, that's when we are being chased down by a predator, and so our body pumps our stress hormones such as cortisol that helps us become faster, become stronger, and think quicker to survive. In present times, I hope you're not in any physical danger, but you also experience acute stress when you have a deadline to hit, when you need to make a sale, when you need to connect with someone. And so the cortisol helps you stand at tip-top shape and perform at your best. So this is great for you. We also have eustress. Eustress is positive stress. It's that big rush of excitement when you achieve something, when you receive a reward, when you have recognition, when you make a sale, when you close a deal. So that is eustress. Eustress is also good for you in really burning you and driving you towards your goals and your achievements. And then we have our long-term stretch, which is not so good. With long-term stress, it is basically when you are in acute stress and then you're holding on to it for long periods of time when it's not even really the case anymore. So long-term stress is chronic stress, and those are caused by certain negative thoughts and feelings and experiences, whether it's from the cost of daily living, from our bills, from learning to homeschool our kids, from our job. And so when we are living in long-term stress, the cortisol is drowning our brain, and that's when we become a little bit more forgetful. We find it hard to learn new things. We find it hard to adapt to new situations. And that's when you notice that stress is really becoming an issue that you need to get into the solution of. So now with essential oils, it is so powerful because of our oldest and most developed sense of smell. When you inhale the essential oils, the molecules travel from your hands into your nose, and it's caught by your olfactory receptors. And that sends signals to your brain, telling your brain to stop sending signals for stress hormones and start producing more calm and relaxing hormones. And in that sense, that's how the essential oils can really change you in a snap without having to give up anything. I like to talk about stress in three categories. We have physical stress, we have mental stress, and we have emotional stress. When you experience stress, you'll know that it's not one-dimensional. Many times you can experience a combination of stress. Maybe you're experiencing mental stress from thinking about all of the worries of your business, and then over a long period you feel tense, your body feels tight, and that fills into the physical stress area. So you could experience mental stress and physical stress. You can also experience emotional stress and physical stress. You can also experience mental stress and emotional stress. So what's important is I want you to take a step back and really recall how you are feeling when you are stressed out. Where is it showing up? Because when you can identify where it is being felt is when we can address it with the different oils. So let's first talk about physical stress. Physical stress is stress that is carried into the body. I like to talk about this first because it is one of the most overlooked. Our bodies have become such a punching bag as we go out to interact with other people, different situations and challenges. Our body is really absorbing a lot of all of that, whether we like it or not. And so that's why over the long period, we end up with some shoulder pain, with carpal tunnel, with lower back pain, with leg pain and stiffness. And many of times we do have a hard time sleeping at night because our body is feeling so restless from all of the activity it's contained and holding on. And so I highly recommend that every day after you go home, after you take a shower, use these 2 oils to help your body release all of that physical stress you have been holding on to for the past few days, weeks, or months. And so after a shower, the first oil that you want to use is Aroma Touch. What you want to do is even before your shower, you can drop around 3 to 4 drops of Aroma Touch on the shower floor and then turn on the hot water. As you are showering, the hot water will help the essential oil evaporate, and that gives you such a relaxing shower experience. After the shower, wipe dry your body and then massage Aroma Touch onto your areas of concern. If you're carrying more tension on your shoulders, massage Aroma Touch on your shoulders. If it's your lower back, do that to your lower back. If it's your feet, then massage it onto your feet. It is very important that you start with Aroma Touch first because Aroma Touch helps soften the surface area of the tense area. And then afterwards, apply 1 drop of Deep Blue. Because the area has been softened and relaxed, the Deep Blue will more efficiently go in deep down to help with pain and inflammation. And so that's how you can use these 2 oils together. If you love to make DIYs, you can also get 1 cup of Epsom salt, mix 1 teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil into that, and then add 4 drops of Aroma Touch. Let that mixture sit for a day, and the next time when you come home and you're feeling extremely tense, fill up a basin with warm water, put that cup of Epsom salt mixture into the tub, and soak your feet for at least 15 minutes to help you relax and release. Pull out your feet, wipe away all of the water, and then massage the Deep Blue essential oil into your feet. Even if you're not a trained reflexologist, there are so many awesome reflex points, so you can just press the bottoms of your feet as much as you can to get the most out of this relaxation period. If you're feeling emotionally stressed out, there are a lot of thoughts that's running in your head, and it's triggering different feelings, and that's keeping you awake at night, really keeping you from being able to relax and really focus on what's important. Then look at lavender and balance. These are great emotional release oils. Lavender is an oil that is great at relaxing. It's good for soothing your emotions, especially when you are feeling agitated. Lavender is also the oil of self-expression. So if you've been feeling misunderstood, if you've been feeling unheard, ignored, overlooked, then apply a drop of lavender onto your heart, cup your hands over your nose and mouth for slow and deep breath, and just feel that relaxation coming in and filling up your body. If you tend to overthink a lot, if you tend to have a really busy mind, then look at using Balance. Balance is such a calming, grounding oil that can really ground your nerves. It can really quiet down all of the noise in your head so that you can find your center. This is because Balance has an essential oil inside that's called frankincense that's very, very centering, okay? So if you have anxiety, panic attacks, if you have mood swings, balance is also a great oil for you. If you want a great night's rest combo, you can diffuse both of these oils together. I recommend you diffuse 5 drops of your balance and 6 drops of lavender for calm, restful, and quality rest. If you are experiencing mental stress when you are at work and it's crunch time, you need to focus, but your mind is feeling a little bit muddled, you have a hard time really laser focusing on what's at hand, then look at our peppermint and wild orange essential oil. I love using these 2 oils. How do you use it? Just take 1 drop of peppermint essential oil into your palm and then 1 drop of wild orange together with that. Immediately rub both hands together, massage the back of your neck and shoulders, and then cup your nose and mouth with your hands and take slow and deep breaths. Inhale gently through the nose, exhale through the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth again. And this is what will be a game changer for your focus in your business. Peppermint is great for energizing and increasing alertness. It helps clear your mind and stimulate your memory. And then we have our wild orange, which is our ultimate happy oil that is so uplifting, such a positive oil. So you can imagine that when you have a challenge at hand, and if you face that challenge with a great positive mood, you end up becoming more creative, finding better solutions to addressing it. And so that's why these 2 oils are such a great oil to really help you hyper focus when you are experiencing acute stress or eustress at the most important period and perform at your best for your business. So at this point, I'm sure many of you have been living with stress for long periods of time, and so a lot of the stress may have overflown and oozed into different parts of your health. And so here are some common concerns that are experienced if you've been living with stress and exactly which oils you can use. We have our peppermint, which is amazing for headaches. Get 1 drop, massage it onto the area affected, keep away from eyes, and just wait and feel that pain melt away. If you have migraine, then you're gonna need deep blue for the migraine instead. Sometimes when you're stressed long term, remember you can have a drop of immune. When your immune is compromised, that's when you get sick a lot frequently. That's when you take a really long period to recover. And so you can use our On Guard, which is a great immune support oil. You can apply 1 drop every day in the palms of your feet to support your immune system. If you're already sick, you can also use our Melaleuca on your throat area to help you expel all of the phlegm for cough and colds. If you are experiencing some digestive issues from stress, from some hyperacidity, then look at the Digest Zen. You can take 1 drop and massage it onto the area of concern, and you can also take 1 drop in a glass of warm water to slowly sip and drink when you are feeling a little bit dizzy and nauseous or experiencing digestive discomfort. If you have been experiencing hormonal imbalance or suspected hormonal imbalance, then you can use the Claricalm. Massage over your abdomen and thymus around this area daily. If you've been so stressed that you have been having irregular periods or not been having periods at all, then apply this Claricalm over your abdomen twice a day. Morning and night after showers would be great, okay? If you know a man who is probably also experiencing a hormonal imbalance, you can use this oil by applying it on the pads of your fingers. Rub both fingers together and massage it directly into his scalp to help with stress. And finally, for depression and anxiety, really look at the lavender and balance oils together. So if you have been experiencing stress, don't worry, because all great changes are preceded by chaos. And so you are on your way into making a huge difference in your life. Now, I know I have been talking about essential oils to help during stress and a little bit at night to help you relax. But there are also things that you can pair with your essential oils for great sleep. A great day isn't determined by how you start the day, but how you sleep the previous night. And so there are simple things you can do tonight to help improve your sleep with essential oils. And so when you are inhaling the essential oils, it only takes around 22 seconds for the molecules to reach your brain. It takes 2 minutes for it to be in your bloodstream, and it takes 20 minutes for the essential oil to be affected and to be found in every single cell in your body. And so what I recommend is, if you intend to sleep at 10 p.m. every night, then it's important that you start a 1-hour bedtime ritual by 9 p.m. Okay? Sleep is such a sacred thing that we take for granted. Sleep is our brain's way of getting rid of the day's worth of toxic load. If you don't get rid of that, you end up with significant backload, and on the long run, it can cause a lot of damages and has been found to be connected to degenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So start sleeping well now, and you can do that by first starting your bedtime ritual by turning on your diffuser. Turn on your diffuser, add the essential oils, and set the mood right. Absolutely no screen time, because the screen, the light, it's really bright and it's very stimulating for your eyes. And it turns out our eyes have light receptors that signal to our brain whether to fall asleep or to stay awake. And the blue light that's coming from the screen causes our eyes to tell our brain to stay awake. Aside from what we're reading from the screen, that can be very mentally stimulating. So absolutely no screen time. You can have one source of warm yellow light, because it turns out the warm yellow light tells our eyes to signal to our brain that it's time to sleep. And that's why a lot of spas use those warm yellow tones to help us relax. And during this 1-hour period, read a book, read a magazine, listen to some relaxing music, and wind down. And if you'd had an extremely tough day and you feel panic setting in, then apply some oils. Get your balance, get your lavender, massage onto your chest, cover your nose and mouth, and take slow deep breaths. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. Again, inhale through your nose for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 4 seconds, and exhale through your mouth for 6 seconds. That is a really great way where you physically slow down your breathing. When you physically slow down your breathing, you slow down your heart rate, and that automatically relaxes you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of our appreciation, we will now have the awarding of Plaque of Appreciation. Let me read the citation. The Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, in partnership with the provincial government of Camarines Sur, Cam Sur Business Expo 2021 First Health and Wellness, present this plaque of appreciation to Miss Vicky Chung for extending her invaluable contribution and unwavering support as our resource speaker, contributing to the success of the first Health and Wellness Expo with this year's theme, Evolution of Healthy Lifestyle. Signed by Dr. Ryan Bastareche, chairperson of the first Health and Wellness Expo. Ms. Maria Emma F. Leorin, chairperson of Cam Sur Business Expo 2021. And Ms. Maria Soledad V. Magtuto, president of Cam Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, it has been such an educational day thus far. But don't worry, I still have one more speaker. Our final speaker for today will share to us the healthful benefits of paying close attention to what's happening at the moment, about being present. She took her bachelor's degree in commerce, major in management of financial institutions at De La Salle University in 2008. She had her intensive training at Breathwork Facilitator at Breath of Bliss Academy in 2016 in Bali, Indonesia. Took her Right 200 Yoga Teacher training in Jungle Yoga Academy in Thailand in 2017. In 2018, she was equipped to facilitate kids, teens, and family yoga at Rainbow Kids Yoga in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. She is the owner and founder of Aventura Bicycle and Outdoor. She is a facilitator at Naga Yoga and Breathwork since 2016. A lifestyle entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce to you Miss Ana Cristina P. Dacudao.
Hi there, my name is Ana Cristina. I am a lifestyle entrepreneur, a yoga and breathwork facilitator, and a student of life. Some would call me Jack of all trades, master of none, but hey, I would say that I am a Jill of all trades, master of my life. Just like in nature, I noticed that in life, we go through different cycles and phases. Previously, I was an investment banker in Hong Kong. Then I left my job to go backpacking from India to Central America. When I came back home to Naga, I tried pineapple farming in Calabanga. And fast forward to now, I manage and run Aventura Bicycle and Outdoor Shop. And at the same time, I share my passion for yoga, movement, breathwork, and holistic health. I think I can consider myself as a high achiever and performer. When I really want something, I put my heart and soul into it. With that, I have experienced several burnouts from trying many things all at once and or having such high expectations of perfectionism and performance in everything that I do. Now that I'm older and a little bit wiser, I learned that going all in every waking moment is not sustainable. My journey with yoga and mindfulness has helped me fine-tune my ways of life intelligently. Here are some of the things I learned in my journey. 1. The breath is a powerful tool to master. 2. The human body and mind is so amazing and incredible once we fully connect with it. 3. Living in alignment with our true nature can help us live our highest self. 4. Silence is a teacher. 5. Movement is medicine. 6. Quality rest and recovery should also be a priority. And last, consistency over intensity is a way of living. The practice of yoga has helped me understand the subtleties of breath. It has given me deeper awareness and appreciation of each inhale and exhale. Breathing consciously helps me deal with change with a little more grace than when I was younger. Especially when faced with adversity and challenges, I am constantly reminded that in each breath cycle, there is contraction and expansion, just like in life. And once I accept and overcome the resistance, I can fully participate in the moment and perhaps enjoy it or even learn from it. I take inspiration from the ancient teachings and methods from the different lineages of yoga and traditional wisdom from ecocentric cultures. I bow and thank my teachers for passing on the wisdom of their teachings with passion and integrity. My wish for you is to learn a thing or two from our health and mindfulness talk after this video. Lastly, thank you to Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry, especially to Tita Atet and Tita Emma for the invitation to share my passion. Welcome to our health and mindfulness talk for this afternoon. Have you ever experienced being on your dinner table and having this delicious food prepared and you're about to have dinner with your loved ones and everyone's having fun, but all you can think about is your work or your projects, and you can't even enjoy the conversation and the food that is beautifully laid out in front of you? Well, that's where mindfulness comes in. So, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is paying attention to the present moment with curiosity and kindness and without judgment. Sounds easy, right? Just to pay attention. However, I think we've all been through that moment where we can't even be in the present moment because of everything that's going on inside our mind. So, how do we cultivate mindfulness in our daily life? Let me talk about first about our nervous system. So our autonomic nervous system has two parts, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system's primary process is to stimulate the body's fight and flight response. So the sympathetic nervous system, when we're stressed, it is stimulated and it releases adrenaline and cortisol. Whereas the parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for stimulation of the rest and digest, or the feed and breathe. So notice during your day, which one is more stimulated? Is it the sympathetic nervous system or the parasympathetic nervous system? I notice personally for me, in these times when I'm doing many things all at once, or that I'm overwhelmed with tasks and bombarded with decision-making matters, my sympathetic nervous system is mostly activated. I feel it here in my chest. I feel the fast and shallow breaths in my body, and I feel that my heart is pumping faster. I think you all can relate to this, right? So I think everyone has experienced stress one way or another, especially during in this current situation where we have so many information, we have a lot of news going around, we are in the middle of a pandemic, and I can say that most of the population right now is in chronic, not really, we have a stress overload. Stress overload is when we are overwhelmed with life and when we feel that the tasks seem impossible to complete, or the information that we have at hand, on hand, are impossible to digest or impossible to understand. So chronic stress can cause significant damage to our bodies if unchecked. So if you're constantly in our sympathetic nervous system, if we are constantly stimulating our body with stress and not having enough time for the parasympathetic to do its duty or to do its processes, I don't think we would be able to say that we are living a healthy and balanced life, right? So chronic stress can manifest as health issues. It can show us pain of any kind, nausea, dizziness, sleep problems, memory problems, feeling moody or constantly irritated. So what can we do about our constant exposure to stress? So let's discuss that. So we'll be practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is a very hot topic nowadays because it really is effective. And what are the effects of constant practice of mindfulness? Mindfulness can help reduce stress. It improves your sleep. It brings you to a better and it brings you to a calm and relaxed state that it helps improve sleep. It improves your mood. It can help increase your energy. It can help reduce depression. It can definitely boost your focus and attention. It brings improvement to your awareness to your surroundings and also self-awareness. It increases empathy. And practicing mindfulness can also relieve anxiety. So these are some of the benefits of practicing mindfulness. The most common word associated with mindfulness is meditation. So what is meditation, and how do we infuse mindfulness and meditation? Meditation is a practice that can train our minds to stay present and increase awareness to help us stay calm and manage emotions. Meditation is a skill that everyone can learn. Meditation is both a skill and a practice. that can positively impact our overall health and well-being. So remembering that meditation is a skill and practice, we have to keep practicing it. So how do we practice meditation? Why do we meditate? So with mindfulness and meditation, this is where they overlap. Meditation helps increase awareness, clarity, compassion, and sense of calm. General meditation programs help ease psychological symptoms of depression, anxiety, and pain related to stress. It can help us sleep better. It helps decrease stress levels. And it can help you discover new ways to be present, patient, and peaceful, even during stressful situations. One of my favorite benefits of meditation that it helps rest my mind. And it can also help reset my mood when I'm not in a very good mood. I also feel that you can turn on your superpowers when you meditate. You'll find out why later on. How to meditate. So people usually ask for the first time meditators or for the beginners, how do I meditate? Let me tell you a story on how I was able to cultivate a consistent practice of meditation. So I've tried meditating before and I had very good experiences, but in 2017, I decided to really commit to a consistent meditation practice because after so many research, I've only discovered that consistency, a consistent meditation practice is what you will reap the benefits only after you create a consistent meditation practice. So I experimented on myself. In 2017, I committed to meditating every single day. I made sure that I meditate for 20 minutes every day upon waking up. It was really tough. There were days when I didn't feel like doing it, but I wanted to see the effects really on my body. So the effects that I had throughout the year was it helped me focus more. I was able to pay more attention to the things that I'm doing. It also gave me a sense of clarity after meditation. It was such a game changer that even up until now, I wake up and I do my best to meditate before opening my phone. I can say that the consistent practice also helped me bring more self-awareness. It made me more connected to my body. I was able to feel my body more. I was able to have a deeper connection with my breath, and I was able to understand more if my body felt like, if I felt stressed, if I felt anxious, or if I felt joyful in my body. So, this is my story for my meditation practice. So, I will teach you, or I will share with you how to set up an effective meditation practice. There are two important things that you have to do is to repeat it, and you have to find a technique that you resonate with. First, you set up a realistic time for meditation. If you're a beginner, start small. 3 minutes is fine, 5 minutes is good, 10 minutes is very good, and then later on, build it up. Second is form a habit. Daily is best. I recommend that you meditate in the same space and same time every day if you can. You can include it in your morning routine, or you can do it before you sleep as part of your nighttime routine. Or you can even do it in the morning and in the evening. It's up to you. Next is find your intention. Find a meditation style that resonates with you. Lastly, Find a comfortable place and position. Make sure that you're sitting upright, your spine is aligned, your hands are comfortable, your chest is open, your shoulders are relaxed, your shoulders are away from your ear, and then breathing in and breathing out through the nose if you can, creating that stability with your breath. If that's too challenging for you, you can always use a guide if needed. You can download apps such as Insight Timer, Headspace, and Calm. So these are three of the most popular apps for meditation. For meditation techniques, there's so many kinds of meditation techniques. You can have mindfulness meditation. So this is something that I explored with throughout the years of meditating. So it helps to expand happiness and well-being by enhancing self-knowledge and understanding. Examples of mindfulness meditations are loving kindness meditation, body scan meditation, breath awareness meditation, noting, which is taking note of your sensations in the body, taking note of the sounds around you. And then you also have gratitude meditation. So here in the picture, you can count your gratitude, things that you are grateful for during the day or in your life. And for those who find it challenging to stay still, you can also practice movement meditation. This is a meditation involving physical movements such as walking, yoga, running, dancing, whichever works for you. Another technique is focused meditation, where you commit to paying undivided attention to an object or an imaginary light while meditating to learn how to calm the mind amidst the daily multitasking life. So for me, when I practice focused meditation, is that I put a candle in front of me and then I focus on the light of the candle while practicing the meditation. And it helps me bring more clarity into my mind, and you kind of feel fuzzy around your head, like a bit lightheaded. So you'll feel different kinds in your body when you meditate. So let me know how you feel when practicing these kinds of meditation. Here we have box breathing. So box breathing helps you distract your mind and focus on the rhythm of your breath. This will help clear and calm your mind. So we'll watch this video, and I recommend that you practice box breathing for at least 3 to 5 minutes if you want to try this technique. So let's watch this short clip to guide us with box breathing. So that's a short example of box breathing meditation. Notice how you feel during the inhale, during the hold or the pause, and during the exhale. So if you continue to do this for at least 5 minutes, It can help you calm your mind and help clear out the stresses in your body. So you can use your imagination and practice box breathing while waiting in line. For example, there's a really long queue and you're feeling impatient. I usually just like focus on my breath and imagine box breathing, or do the 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 counts of inhale, 4 counts of pause, 4 counts of exhale, and 4 counts of pause. So you do it over and over and over, and notice how your body feels. Next kind of meditation technique is a very powerful one. It's called loving kindness meditation, or metta meditation. So this is a popular self-care technique that can be used to boost well-being and reduce stress. Regular practice can increase your capacity for forgiveness, connection to others, self-acceptance, and more. So with metta meditation, we usually put our left hand on our chest, our right hand on our belly. And then we recite this. The first verse we dedicated to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of suffering. May I live in peace. And may my life be blessed with ease. The second verse we dedicated to someone that we truly and deeply love, perhaps a parent, a loved one, a grandparent. So think of someone, a close person that you truly love, and then you dedicate this verse to that person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. And then the third dedication goes out to your acquaintance, a person that you know, a friend or an acquaintance. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. May your life be blessed with ease. Take a deep breath in afterwards and exhale fully. The fourth dedication will repeat the second verse. So this fourth dedication goes out to someone that you know personally, and that someone may be someone that you may have a difficult encounter with, someone that may have caused you suffering, someone that you may find challenging, or someone that triggers you, and you dedicate this to that person. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you live in peace. And may your life be blessed with ease. So this is metta meditation. So remember, you have 4 dedications. First is to yourself. Second, to your loved one. Third is to an acquaintance. Fourth is someone that is someone that you are not so fond of, to put it nicely. So this is the fourth one, can be challenging, but that's where the compassion grows for the person. That's where we practice forgiveness. So when you practice metta meditation, I recommend that you practice it for at least 14 days and see how you feel afterwards. It can be challenging at first. There may be some tears or some emotions that are released during this meditation, but it's a very good technique that can boost well-being. So we have discussed we have discussed meditation techniques, how to meditate, and the importance of meditation, mindfulness into our lives. So now I will be discussing with you some of the personal things that I love. So using SLOW, slow, these are tips to boost your health and well-being by S for slowing down, a constant reminder for myself to slow down. I feel sometimes we're always in a hurry. I feel like I'm always rushing, and it's a constant reminder for me to slow down, take a deep breath, and chill. Next is slow food. An important way to boost your well-being is to eat highly nutritious food, not fast food, but home-cooked and unprocessed food or real food. And when you eat the food, slowly chew it and savor each moment. So that's what S stands for, slow. Slow down and savor each moment. Also, another S is to simplify. I don't have to explain this, right? Just simplify your life in any way you can. That can help boost your well-being. Next is listen. Listening to your breath, listening to your body, listen to the sounds around you, listen to calming music. And of course, one of my favorites, listening to silence. It has so much to say, according to Rumi, a famous Sufi poet. So one of my favorite things to do is to be by a body of water, the ocean, the waterfalls, and just listening to the natural sounds around me, listening to the birds, listening to the leaves, listening to the wind. There's so much, the feeling of just listening is so delicious for the body, especially when it's natural sounds. It just constantly it puts me in a very calm state. It feels uncomfortable at first. When I was younger, I was like, what? Listen to silence? That's crazy. But now, as I get older, you actually crave for the space in between, for just pure space, pure silence, just nothing. Next is offline. Go offline. This is very true nowadays. Offline is the new luxury. So turning off your phone, my practice personally for me is after around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, I turn off my phone. I don't put it on airplane mode. I fully turn it off, and then I turn it back on upon waking up after my meditation as much as possible. Sometimes it's tempting, sometimes I fail, but at least I try. Why? Because I feel like the internet, when we're constantly online and connected, it doesn't help me relax. I feel like I'm missing out on something. I feel like I need to constantly check on information. Some of the information, I'm sure I don't need them, like Googling, like just really random things, or like looking at shopping apps and stuff like that. So let's look at statistics about our online life. So the total digital media usage is up 40% since 2013, and smartphone usage has doubled in the last 3 years. 1 of every 2 minutes spent online is on leisure activities, including social media, etc. Since the release of smartphones, mental health concerns have increased in children and young adults. The rate of adolescents reporting symptoms of major depression in a given year increased by 52% from 2005 to 2017, and from 2009 to 2017, it grew by 63%, in adults ages 18 to 25. So these statistics are quite shocking. I recommend that we go offline more often and that we spend less time on our phones and on our computers and experience the real life without Wi-Fi, without internet. I know it's very challenging, but notice how you feel when you're offline. Notice the things that you can do without your smartphone. Next is W, wellness wheel. So let's look at this wellness wheel. We have in this wellness wheel, we have occupational, which is our career, financial stability, spiritual, our connection to God, intellectual, physical, emotional, environmental, and social. So, how can we boost our health and well being just by looking at this wellness wheel? So, first and foremost, assess where you are in this wellness wheel. Are you cultivating different aspects of your life in this wellness wheel, or is it focused on just one aspect? The most common story I hear is that we focus too much on our occupational aspect. We focus so much on our career that we forget our physical aspect, our body. How about our emotional aspect? Or maybe sometimes I've met some people very focused on the intellectual aspect that they forget their social aspect. So, how do we make sure that we are watering each aspect on this wellness wheel? So ask yourself that. How do you cultivate practices or cultivate your wellness wheel to make sure that the wheel is whole and full, right? So cultivate on the opposite. If you feel that you're focusing too much on your occupational or your work, how can you tap onto the other aspects? Perhaps you would want to put in some attention to the place where you live, your environment, or put some attention to how you're feeling on the inside, your emotions, noticing if your body needs more physical workout or anything. So, this is a good guide for us to look at our wellness as a whole. Next is the summary of the tips. So remember, slow down, listen, go offline, and assess your wellness wheel. So mindfulness can physically rebuild your brain. So practicing mindfulness changes the structure of the brain according to a study conducted by Britta Hulsel of Harvard Medical School. It showed that MRI scans of people before and after mindfulness meditation practice for about 30 minutes a day over a period of 8 weeks showed an increase in the gray matter in the hippocampus, an important part of brain for learning and memory. So these studies hint that meditation and mindfulness practices can help fight aging and can help improve our brain's ability to change and grow. How mind-blowing, right? So just few minutes of mindfulness practice can fight aging. So lastly, a few things that I want to leave with you before we end our talk is this short poem. Your diet is not only what you eat, it's what you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang around. Be mindful of the things you put in your body emotionally, spiritually, and physically. This one is to inspire us to create a life that we all want to live. Edit your life frequently and ruthlessly, according to Nathan Morris. It's your masterpiece after all. So I hope this inspired you to practice mindfulness and meditation, and that you're able to learn the different health benefits when we practice these techniques. Thank you all for having me. If you have any questions, you can reach me in the email above, and you can check out my Facebook page, Naga Yoga and Breathwork. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye-bye. See you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Anna is ready to take some questions. Next, naman, what a great first question. When we talk about mindfulness and yoga, breathwork comes to mind. What's the difference between these two, and which is better? Miss Anna, can you give us some insights on that?
Mindfulness is becoming aware of the present moment. It is paying attention to what is happening around us without any judgment. Yoga. Yoga means to unite or to yoke the mind, body, and spirit connection. In the current pop culture, when we think of yoga, we think of just the physical postures or someone meditating. However, it goes beyond that. Yoga is a deep philosophical system which aims for us to reach moksha or enlightenment. According to my teacher, yoga is the journey of conscious transformation to bring us into alignment into our true nature. Its goal is to enhance the quality and quantity of our prana or life force. What is breathwork? Breathwork refers to different breathing techniques, breathing exercises, and practices that brings full awareness to each inhale and exhale. For each specific exercise or practice, you do a specific deep focused breathing for a certain amount of time. Examples of breathing exercises are box breathing, 4-4-4-4 breathing, the 4 inhale, 4 pause, 4 counts of exhale, and 4 counts of pause, and then alternate nostril breathing to help you balance your mind. So that's alternate nostril breathing. And then we have different types of breath work that are created for a specific purpose. For example is clarity breath work, transformational breath work, rebirthing breath work, and Wim Hof method. So these certain types of breath work have different goals in mind.
Thank you for that answer, Miss Anna, and I'm definitely going to do some yoga when I get back home. Our next question. From your personal experience, what time of day is best to practice yoga? What an awesome question. Miss Anna?
So when is a good time to practice? Personally, for me, I like doing it in the morning because it sets the tone for the day. So it feels like, when you brush your teeth in the morning and stuff like that, remember that your mindfulness practice or your meditation practice can be like taking a shower or brushing your teeth. So you're cleaning your mind before showing up for work or before doing anything else. So mornings work best for me.
Our last question for this segment. Do I need to be in a certain posture while practicing yoga? Miss Anna, a great question also, Miss Anna. I've been trying to work on my downward dog, so I'm curious for your answer here.
Ideally, you would want your body to be in alignment. So making sure that your sitting bones are placed well on the floor. And then imagine a string pulling up from your hips all the way up to the ceiling, so you're sitting straight. Your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears, and then your hands are placed on your knees. So ideally, this is how you can practice, so you can really observe the coming in and the coming out of your breath. So paying attention to your breath, make sure that your belly is not tight. So relax the belly and notice the inhale and exhale, noticing your chest, noticing your belly, noticing the flesh below your rib cage, which is your diaphragm. So that's how we can easily come into a mindfulness practice when we're sitting down.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of our appreciation, we will now have the awarding of Plaque of Appreciation. Let me read the citation. The Camarines Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated, in partnership with the provincial government of Camarines Sur, Cam Sur Business Expo 2021 First Health and Wellness, present this plaque of appreciation to Miss Ana Cristina Dacudo for extending her invaluable contribution and unwavering support as our resource speaker, contributing to the success of the first Health and Wellness Expo with this year's theme, Evolution of Healthy Lifestyle. Signed by Dr. Ryan Bastareche, chairperson of the first Health and Wellness Expo. Ms. Maria Emma F. Leorin, chairperson of Cam Sur Business Expo 2021. And Ms. Maria Soledad V. Magtuto, president of Cam Sur Chamber of Commerce and Industry Incorporated.
We would like to thank the following valued partners for 2021. Province of Camarines Sur, Department of Agriculture Region 5, Department of Trade and Industry, Anjena Trading, GCI Construction and Development Corporation, Jurassic Construction and Supplies, Pixeled Solution, Medlane Enterprises, Ngo & Sons Trading and Industries Incorporated, SVM Marketing Solutions OPC, Tugawe Cove Resort. Our gold sponsors: Nupper Pharmacy, Rotary International District 3820, Governor nominee William Pastor Del Oro Jr., Verwan Rev Enterprise. Bronze sponsors: 11 Earth Farm and Resort, Blue Cross Diagnostic and Medical Supply, Irigam Metal Forming Incorporated, Queen Helen's Hostel, SGD Enterprises, St. Daniel of Padua Pharmacy, Villa Caceres Hotel. Our donors: Beanleaf, Innovativeville Corporation, Christine's House of Fashion, La Haha Cafe and Spa, Prime Medica Supply, Regal Plaza Hotel and Resort, Skeletal Support Incorporated.
Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the conclusion of the first day of our two-day summit. It has been a long and comprehensive day for each one of us. We have gained more in just a day of virtual conference with prime speakers meticulously chosen by the CSCCI. Once again, maraming salamat everyone, and see you all tomorrow on our second day session of the summit. This has been your host, Nico Loco. You can follow me on IG at AcoPosiNico, on Twitter at AcoPosiLoco, on YouTube at AcoPosiNico, as well as Facebook at Nico Loco. God bless sa iyong lahat and have a nice day, everyone. Diyos mabalos po.